If you're coming down from the north on I-75, look for some of the usual construction delays, especially near Jellicoe Mountain and the border, and same thing coming in from Atlanta or anywhere to the south. You'll find some construction, especially around Atlanta and, of course, Chattanooga, and there'll be some delays there. Once you get to town, we had some delays on the spur last week with some construction. That may be finishing up this week as well, so look for some slowdowns on the spur in Gatlinburg. And just the usual slowdowns other than that, and, of course, traffic will be getting busier as we continue in the month of October, especially when we get close to leaf looking season. And that is a look at traffic. I'm Brad Lovett. Now let's see what Kira and Savannah are up to.
Good morning, it's Kira with Morning in the Mountains, and this week we are highlighting Top Jump. It's a trampoline park here in Pigeon Forge, and I'm here with Riker. He does group sales, and we are right by the Ninja course. Can you tell me about this?
Yeah, so this is a newer addition to our park. So we have our standard trampoline park stuff, you know, dodgeball, basketball, everything like that. And then we have this awesome new Ninja course. So it features 7 different elements, many of which you've probably seen in the NBC show American Ninja Warrior. So for example, we have the warp wall, which is very, very similar to the one you've seen on TV. We also have different elements. We have the stepping stones, the ring cycle, which is giant rings that you spin on to get across. We also have the traverse box, which is basically a mixture of a bunch of different monkey bars. Then we have the slide. We have the sonic curve that you can see over there. And then we have the lily pads that you jump down. And then in order to complete, you go up the warp wall and then hit the buzzer at the very top. And something that's very cool about our system is that it actually times you. So as soon as you pass that invisible start line, you're timed on 2 different screens.
Oh my goodness. So for something like this, do you have to be a pro athlete to do, or can anybody do this if they try hard enough?
Yeah, so if you try hard enough, you can definitely complete most of our elements.
Okay, well, can you show me your best ninja pose? That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna do mine.
Ninja.
That was pretty bad, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
No? Oh,
It wasn't bad.
I like you. Well, thank you, Riker, for having us here.
You're very welcome.
Make sure to come check them out at Top Jump here in Pigeon Forge. Now back to you, Frank.
Hello and welcome to Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Live channel. Frank Murphy here with Robert Owenby, Jim Johnson, and Brad Lovett. We are delighted that you watch us each weekday, whether you watch us live on the live cast, which is awesome, or whether you catch back up with those past episodes on Roku, YouTube, and even on Facebook. Thanks a lot. Let's check the latest going on in and around the Smoky Mountains, the things we want to know. I like, some stations are the things you need to know. This is the stuff you want to know with Brad Lovett.
Right. Well, we know it's been very dry lately, and not a lot of rain. Now, it's not wildfire year dry by any means, but you're still going to want to be careful, and we do have some burn bans in effect in much of the Smoky Mountain area. That does include Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and Sevierville. Of course, check with your local jurisdiction for the latest on that. Now, whether you have a burn ban in your town or not, it's a good idea to restrict your burning. The burn bans include fire pits as well. Now, grills, for the most part, unless they say otherwise, are still good, but be careful. Watch those sparks.
Absolutely.
And watch driving on the grass as far as that goes, too.
Yeah, if you can put your grill on concrete instead of on dry grass and dry leaves, that would make more sense, because sparks will fall and ashes will fall from a grill. Yeah.
That's true. Now, year-round, the cities of Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, and Sevierville all require residents to obtain a burn permit through their local fire department before any open burning. Permit availability depends on current fire ratings.
Yes.
Now, in the unincorporated part of Sevier County, you're required to get a burn permit through the State Division of Forestry from October 15th through May 15th by calling their local office.
Where is that new Smokey Bear sign with the rainbow-colored fire risk wheel? Is it over? It's, I think, when you first drive into Pigeon Forge from Sevierville on the Parkway, so it's kind of near Titanic and WonderWorks and
the
Smoky Mountain Opry and all that stuff, right? It's like a sign that says, with Smokey on there, Smokey Bear, I'm Smokey Bear.
Right, and you're not.
He's more like, I'm Smokey Bear now.
I think that whole Betty White thing, I think that was just a publicity stunt. He's got to go back to deep voice Smokey Bear.
I still love that.
All right.
Now, we do have that new section of Foothills Parkway. If you have not driven it, definitely do that. You owe it to yourself to do that. Now we have a new bridge too.
Where does it go, by the way? Does it go over to North Carolina, or where does it go?
Well, Foothills Parkway, of course, it's one of the parkways that were commissioned many, many years ago.
Yeah.
We've had this unfinished section forever.
Okay.
And it was just finished this past year. I think
Yeah.
there may still be a small section left to go on that.
Right.
But it goes from Townsend through Wares Valley area,
Oh, all right.
and then it will go, it gets you to Gatlinburg, basically.
Oh, I can try that.
And I don't believe it goes all the way.
I was
to
thinking
North
of
Carolina.
Cherahalla Skyway. That's the way to go
Cherahalla, yes.
to North Carolina without taking the Dragon. Mm-hmm. Okay. So
Right.
it doesn't connect to that. This is different.
Heard a couple weeks ago they had closed the Dragon for a couple hours to shoot a commercial.
Yes, on a Sunday. Was it a Sunday morning
It was
for
on a
2
Sunday
hours?
morning, yes.
Yeah. I'd like to see that commercial because that road is crazy.
Oh yes, I've been there.
Yeah.
Now, if you do take the Dragon, there are all kinds of people who are taking pictures, and you can buy them off a website.
Oh, I
You can
totally
see
looked up and found myself driving in my little two-door Honda car. You know, my 19-year-old Honda Civic, driving on the Dragon like this.
Did you buy the picture?
No, it looks terrible.
Oh, I bought
At the
my
time, we
picture.
still had my wife's van, and we took that,
Ah.
and that was it. Not exactly the Dragon experience like you would riding a motorcycle, but I don't.
Oh
do
yeah,
that
those
anyway.
show-off guys, they like get side, you know, they're like practically touching the ground. They do that on the turns. That's where the cameras are.
It's fun stuff.
Yeah. You know.
I put 8 cameras on my Jaguar one time and went through the mountain, through the Dragon. It was really awesome.
Whoa.
Yeah, cameras everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, what's up with that car with all those cameras on it?
Gotta love that.
He's filming him, but didn't even close down the road.
Yeah.
All right, same thing.
right.
I didn't have that kind of power.
Yes.
But the new bridge on Foothills Parkway, to get back to the original subject there, it's the Dean Stone Bridge. Now, Dean Stone was a 30-year board member and chairman of the Tennessee Park Commission before he passed away in 2016. Also a longtime editor for the Daily Times in Merville.
Yes. All right. I didn't know Dean, but I'm glad he's got a bridge.
Right, so
Right.
he does have a bridge, and that was opened last Monday with some of our dignitaries and former dignitaries.
Yeah.
I guess you're always a dignitary.
I guess so. I learned the hard way that once you're a dignitary, you're always a dignitary. I was questioning why former Congressman Jimmy Duncan would show up at this, like as if he forgot that he was no longer a congressman. But he,
I'm pleased that Brad is learning our mountain lingo too.
Yeah.
You hear? Did you catch that?
Yes.
Merville.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Merville. He's learning. He's catching on.
No, I
That's
actually
good.
knew that
Great.
fairly-
That's good. We'll give you an A+ for that one.
I actually knew that fairly early on, that you don't say Maryville, you say Merville or something like that.
Merville.
they have T-shirts that go Merville.
Merville.
Faster the better.
That's it.
Marvel.
And you always know when you hear a commercial from out of town when it says, in Maryville. You know?
Yep. That's a pet peeve. Yeah. So if you got a local business and you're hiring an out-of-town voiceover guy, well, first of all, don't. That's probably lesson number 1.
That's true. Anyway, enjoy that bridge, enjoy the parkway. And we also have a bear story in town. A couple weeks ago, Pigeon Forge family found a bear, and what he tried to do is claw his way into the house to look for goodies in the storage room. He only found laundry detergent, but I don't know. He was trying to find something. He found ants and termites he could feast on, and did a number on this house.
So I saw this lady on the news. She said, I came around the corner of my house and there's this bear, big old bear, male bear, and he's got his nose and his snout and his paws, I guess, into this hole that he's made in the side of her house. He's on the front porch or the back porch, whatever, and he's made a fairly decent sized hole, but he's so big that he cannot yet fit through the hole, but he's working on it.
Oh, that is something.
And they had to eventually tranquilize him and move him elsewhere. So he wakes up one day with a hangover, thinking, what happened to that house?
And where's the Taco Bell?
Yeah, exactly. Poor guy.
They
Poor
moved him
bear.
away, so they
At
get
least-
around.
But at least they were able to safely transport him. They didn't have to, put him down. They just tranquilized him and moved him to someplace else.
Where am I? Where am I?
Yeah.
We are here in the Smoky Mountains, and we have tickets.
We do indeed. That's what our Mountain Fun Life Best Deals are all about. When you call 865-978-1152, we'll save you money because we get the tickets at a discount. We pass the savings along directly to you. Ask our concierge service to help you find what interests you, whether you want to go ziplining, any adventure type package, or whether you want to go to the dinner show type package, or just the shows, whatever it is. And also keep an eye out for this magazine that'll be hitting the stands pretty soon with even more coupons and more discounts and articles that Brad wrote about things to do in and around the Smoky Mountains. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. We'll be back with more coming right up after this. And one of the great things we can offer you on Mountain Fun Life is discounts on tickets to some of the fantastic attractions that are all throughout the Smoky Mountains and East Tennessee. Well, all you have to do is give a call to Mountain Fun Life's Best Deals at 865-978-1152, 865-978-1152, and save money when you and your family are visiting the Smokies. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Hi, Frank Murphy here, talking about princesses and superheroes with 4 young actresses from the Encore Theatrical Group, which is headquartered in Morristown. But you young ladies have a performance coming in Pigeon Forge, and because we're talking about princesses, naturally it's being held in the ballroom of the Courtyard by Marriott on Saturday, October 5, so 10/5. Let's start by saying hello to our 4 young ladies, Lexi Light and Hannah Brown, her sister Ruthie Brown, and Tori Smith. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
So tell us about some of your past experience acting, whether it be with Encore or elsewhere. Lexi, you first.
I've done a lot of dance actually in my time, which is very similar to acting.
Yeah.
And
We're talking
I've
modern
done that.
ballet, what kind?
everything.
Excellent.
Everything for about 13 years, I think. And then recently I've been able to do a few things with Rose Center and Encore and Legacy Theater,
Oh,
which has
very
been
nice.
amazing.
All right, Hannah Brown, what about you?
When I was little, I started doing ballet, and I really liked being up on stage.
Yeah.
So I started acting, and I just really love it. And
So this is your first production with Encore?
Yes.
Well, congratulations. And your sister Ruthie Brown, what about you?
This is my first production with Encore, and I've done a lot of plays with school.
Yeah? And you go to school where? In Morristown?
I'm homeschooled, so I do a co-op called BHEA, and I do
Sure.
the Susie shows.
I've heard of that. excellent. And Tori Smith, what about you?
This is actually my second show with Encore. I was in Little Mermaid as Flounder.
Oh, you were Flounder.
Yes. And I was Flounder, and I've actually done a couple of shows at Dollywood, and I've done shows at Cumberland County Playhouse.
Not that we could tell from your exuberant, outgoing personality or anything like that. All right, so tell us about the Princesses and Superheroes. You're bringing it to Pigeon Forge. We all would love to come see. What will you be doing in the show? Same order, Lexi.
Well, I'm going to be being Belle.
Belle.
Mm-hmm.
All
And
right.
I'm going to actually come as Belle for the
Yeah.
event on October 5th.
So the kids can have their picture made with
Yep, I'll be singing up there.
Oh, what are you
and-
going to sing?
Probably Belle, the song Belle.
Oh, yeah. About the girl named Belle, right? This provincial life and all that stuff, right?
Mhm,
Okay. All right. What about you, Hannah?
Um,
Who are you going to portray in the superheroes and princesses?
Well, I don't actually know what I'm going to come as.
Oh, you haven't figured it out yet?
No.
All right. All right. We'll have to come back to you and think of it. Do you have an idea for your sister?
We might make friendship bracelets. I don't know.
That's awesome. And Tori, you're obviously a experienced actress. What about you? Who are you going to dress as?
So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it, but hopefully if I can, I hope to be Tinkerbell.
Tinkerbell. All right. You know, that's a high-paid job at Disney World. Tinkerbell gets paid more than the other face characters because she's got to be petite, and they throw up on top of the Matterhorn, and it's a lot very complicated. I had a friend who was Tinkerbell. I'm not allowed to say that. I have a friend who is very good friends with Tinkerbell. All right, so what are your aspirations then for more productions with Encore Theatrical, which is in Morristown, but you also do shows they do shows in Jefferson City, and even in Pigeon Forge, you guys have done a show at Creative Theater. Who was that? That was Tori. You were in the show at Creative Theater in Pigeon Forge. That was Little Mermaid.
Yes. Well, it wasn't with Creative Theater. It was Encore at Creative Theater.
That was really awesome that you used the facilities so you could get the Pigeon Forge audience. What are your hopes and aspirations as you carry on? Lexi?
Well, I'll be 18 in November, and so I'm hoping to be able to do all the junior shows for this next year that they
very
have,
nice,
and
yeah.
then hopefully move on to some of the adult plays because the people
Excellent.
there are amazing.
And Hannah, aspirations for your acting career. Where do you want to go? What's a role you'd love to play?
A role that I probably want to play is a lead, just like any lead in a very big play.
Yeah, all right. Well, sort of like Mamma Mia, for example, has
Yes.
a lead part for a young girl. What about you, Ruthie?
Well, I really hope to be in more of the encore shows because so far we haven't had any rehearsals, but it's been tons of fun.
They do excellent work. I've seen 2 of their productions so far. I saw Mamma Mia, as I just mentioned, and Hunchback of Notre Dame last year. Outstanding actors and actresses involved. And Tori, your future plans?
Well, I hope to stay with Encore as long as I can. I love going to the Junior Theater Festival with
Let's
them.
just say Broadway. We all know.
Hopefully.
All right.
Yeah.
So you can find out more if you look up EncoreTheatricalCompany.com and look up the Princesses and Superheroes event, which is on Saturday, October 5th, right in Pigeon Forge at the Courtyard by Marriott. So bring the kids of all ages to come meet these beautiful young ladies and I assume other superheroes as well, right?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so because they're all Wonder Women, and we want to support them as they pursue their dreams in the arts. So thanks a lot for being here.
Thank you.
All right, you're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. I'm Frank Murphy. We'll be right back with more coming up.
How do we turn moments into memories? Those moments where the right people are right beside you. And the anticipation of reaching the top makes you feel like a kid again. Where the only arguments are who goes first. And trying something new never gets old. Visit us at Anakeesta, where there's magic in the mountains.
Hope you're having a great day and enjoying this edition of Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. And we're looking for some cooler temperatures, and maybe we'll get some of those, but what we are really looking for is some rain. That is not going to happen. Only about a 10% chance of some rain happening somewhere in the area, but it looks like things may cool down just a hair. Well, we're talking the upper 80s instead of the low 90s, which you've had for quite some time. And the good news is I see some 50s on the low temperatures, so at least a little bit cooler, but we definitely could use some rain in the Great Smoky Mountains. Of course, burn bans in effect in Tennessee. Be sure to watch out for your local laws on that. And I'm Brad Lovett. That's a look at the weather, and this is the Mountain Fun Life channel.
The best way to see the Smokies, Rocky Top Scenic and Leisure Tours. Our beautiful tours of the Great Smoky Mountains will take you where you want to go. Imagine experiencing the beauty of the Great Smoky Mountains through the windows of our mini coach. Every member of the family can devote themselves to the passing landscape. We take you to the best places. So if you're looking for the best way to enjoy the Smoky Mountains, let us take you on a Rocky Top bus tour. Rocky Top Bus Tour, the best way to see the Smokies.
Thank you for spending part of your Thursday with us on Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Life channel. Frank Murphy here with Robert Owenby, Jim Johnson, and Brad Lovett, talking about all the fun things going on in and around the Smoky Mountains with valuable information from Brad.
All right, well, we have a fun weekend planned in the area, as we always do. And Smoky Mountain Brewery, by the way, one in Pigeon Forge. You can see the Church Sisters once again.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be for a concert on Friday. All kinds of music, of course, all over town, both here in the Smoky Mountains, also in Knoxville, Maryville, and surrounding areas. And we have an event on Sunday in Knoxville. It's called the Long Table Dinner in the Old City.
Oh, yeah. This is usually sold out in advance, right?
Right. Oh, absolutely. But if you can get a ticket, you can enjoy 5 courses and even more of food provided by several different vendors around there. Also coffee from Vienna Coffee, live entertainment provided by Boyd's Jig and Reel, also a selfie station, and a whole lot more.
They shut down the street in the Old City and literally put a very, very long table that's a block long or more, 2 blocks long.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
1,000-foot long table.
Is that what it is?
That's a long table.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Very long.
I'm
That's why it's
saying
called
it's
the
a
Long
block
Table
long.
Project.
Yeah, it's a long table.
Oh, yeah.
They're raising money for the Knoxville History Project. That's an educational nonprofit whose mission is to research and provide the history of Knoxville, promote, I should say, the history of Knoxville. Knoxville's only city-focused historical organization. It covers the city's historic center, but also neighborhoods throughout the county to the north, east, south, and west.
That's Jack Neely, I believe, is involved with that. I was hanging out with him a couple of weeks back at the Friends of Literacy East Tennessee Writers Hall of Fame induction dinner. He's a member of it, but so I got to present what I called the Prehumus Awards, and he presented the Posthumous Awards. So he got up there talking about all the dead people who were being inducted into the Hall of Fame, and I did the ones who were still living.
I see. Alrighty.
But anyway, he's a super cool guy.
That's not a term I was familiar with, but it makes sense.
I made it up.
I see.
I don't know. I said it that night, and I figured there were all this room full of writers, and I congratulated all of the prehumus in the room, and I got a laugh. So I'm sticking with it.
Very soon, we're going to have the Gatlinburg Craftsman's Fair.
Yes.
And that's starting on October 10th, goes through the 27th with 150 booths and more of the nation's finest craftspeople. You'll see live demonstrations, be entertained by live country and bluegrass music. A whole lot more. That's going to be at the convention center.
Wow. All right. When's that again?
That starts October 10th.
All right.
That's
Soon.
a lot of fun. I went to that
Set a
before.
notification for.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, of course, we have Ripley's Haunted Adventure. And we have Fright Nights every weekend throughout the month of October.
Good.
And then, of course, Hallow Mountain at Anakeesta. Now, you'll have to look up our video we did from that.
Oh, it was really good. With Hannah edited it with Savannah and Kira on camera. Really well done.
And very well done. It's on our YouTube channel and also on Facebook, so look it up.
Scary. Ooh. There's also a lot of the temporary haunted houses that are only open during October.
That is true.
And they're all over the place. I mean, and the haunted corn mazes and the haunted, I mean, they'll take over like an old storefront and build a haunted house in there all summer long, and then those are kind of fun. You can find, actually just Google haunted houses in and around Sevierville, and you'll find plenty.
Right. Now we have the Kiker Corn Maze, the Kiker Farms Corn Maze.
Yes.
In Sevierville. Always fun. That's open now, actually, through the end of October.
Good, good.
And they have daytime. Let's see, they're open Saturdays from 10 to 7.
That's when you go buy your pumpkin and you take the kids and you put them on a little bale of hay and you take the picture that you're going to use for whatever, and then the older kids come back at night to get the you-know-what scared out of them.
Right, that's correct. And in fact, it's called the night version. It's called the Trail and Zombie Blasters. And that is going to be Saturday nights starting at 8 p.m. until the last person is scared, I guess.
Oh, Lord.
Ticket sales close at 10, and that's the haunted part, but which have the nice daytime part, and then you have the nighttime haunted part.
Very nice. Yes, the kids, I don't know about your grandkids, but mine are into zombies for whatever reason. And I was reading somewhere one of the jurisdictions was having a zombie costume contest. So I thought, my grandkids don't live close enough that I could take them over there.
Right.
They would be into that big time. 5-year-old Artie he's fascinated by zombies for whatever reason.
How fun.
So getting him he would do great in a zombie costume contest.
Mine all dressed up like Star Wars characters last year.
My grandkids love carving the pumpkins, and putting
Yeah.
a candle or something in it and taking photographs of it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of fun.
Because they didn't have electricity in those days.
No, true. Very true.
That's a joke.
Okay, how would you put the candle in the pumpkin and not melt the pumpkin?
Not melt the pumpkin.
Yes.
Because I've seen that where you would burn the top of the pumpkin from the candle. You've got to use a small votive candle for starters.
Well, you have the oxygen can get in from where the nose, the mouth are carved, and you leave a little place at the top where you take the cap of it off. And that way the flame can come up through the cap of the pumpkin.
Yes, exactly. When you put the cap on is when you burn the inside of the pumpkin.
You can actually put the candle out.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
Do you build a little chimney inside the pumpkin, kind of like a stove, kind of comes up?
That's a lot of work for a pumpkin candle.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you don't want to melt the pumpkin.
You could do it. I just leave the cap off, I think is what you do. That's the easiest. All right. All right. Well, it is October. All we care about is Halloween.
Yes.
And pumpkin spice. I don't care about pumpkin spice. Maybe somebody does.
It's not terrible. I feel bad about buying it, but I was at some convenience store and getting just a regular coffee. But but it didn't fill it all the way up. There was still a little room on it. And then I went over to the machine and it had all these different, French vanillas and whatnot. Limited time, pumpkin maple. I'm like, I took a shot of that on top of my regular coffee, and it was good.
You like it? Yeah.
I liked it.
Do it a couple times a year. I like a little pumpkin
Some of it
spice.
is. Some of it can be bitter. I got some.
But this was pumpkin maple.
The pumpkin maple.
So it was
would-
mostly-
Sounds even better.
That sounds good. I
Mostly
haven't tried
maple.
that
It was
one.
mostly
Yes.
maple. All right, I guess we should probably wrap up. You got one more for us, or we?
I think we need to talk about tickets.
We do want to talk about our tickets. That's why we have our Mountain Fun Life Best Deals. Obviously, we love talking about great ways to do things and save you money. We've got a whole staff of our concierge service available at 865-978-1152 to save you money as you plan your visit to the Smoky Mountains. Whether you're local and you just want to go try things out from the adventure side of things, go see those, be a leaf looker, be a local leaf looker, which is a triple L. Word score, and you can do that as you zip line, as you go to the higher things we've got tickets for, or just go to a dinner show and take care of the out-of-town family when they come to be leaf lookers this month of October. 865-978-1152. We'll be back with more of Morning in the Mountains coming right up on the Mountain Fun Life channel.
Parrot Mountain. This attraction has it all, whether you're 2 years old or 90 years young, with hundreds of beautiful tropical birds and thousands of flowers, plants, and trees. Folks who visited our park have said, "I've never seen this many birds in one place. This must be what the Garden of Eden was like. The most beautiful and peaceful place I have ever been. These gardens rival the best. The best value in the Smokies. You'll want to visit Parrot Mountain and Gardens. Call or visit us online. We'll see you there."
You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Live channel. Frank Murphy here with Jim Johnson. And as I look at the screen behind us with Checkerboard Kneeland, it amazes me that they were able to pull this off not only the first time, but multiple times. Because it would seem so hard to get all the fans on the same page, to get all the fans to cooperate and wear either red or orange, white or orange. I was thinking of Georgia already. Wear either red or orange, white or orange, whatever colors are behind me. I can't have my eyes checked. Orange or white, that's it.
Yes.
We got to say it in the right order. That's the issue. Whether you're wearing orange or white, based on your seat location.
Well, it's one thing I can say about living here in Tennessee is, people, the volunteers, they really do have a great fan base. I mean,
so they'll stick with the game.
We love our team.
They will not leave early.
Well, speaking of which,
they might leave early.
They might leave early. Well, Alabama's head coach is talking about putting some kind of penalizing the students for leaving the game early.
But they're Alabama. Who would leave in Alabama?
He's. I guess there's been a lot of things going on if they're not doing great, or if they are doing great. The students, they just want to get out early so they can go to the next party. Well, there's a lot of perks for being at the game, obviously.
Yes.
And there is a new app that tracks where the students are at. It's kind of, I guess, a little interesting.
Well,
intrusive,
most of the apps on your phone track where you are.
Yes.
They track your location.
They'll let you know.
You've got to turn those off. Turn off location services.
You can do that, but I think this has something to do with them being able to get their extra perks, their points. They get points for going to the game.
Loyalty points.
So it's a big topic of discussion.
So you don't get your points if you leave the game early?
That is what it seems like to me.
Or if your phone leaves the game early.
Well, why you want the perks is...
You could say, I let someone borrow my phone. They left early. I stayed.
I stayed. Well, if you do that, it's going to hurt you, especially in Alabama, it seems like, because if you leave early, those little points, the perk points that you get, gives you the opportunity to get the playoff tickets. So if you want playoff tickets... So a chance of getting playoff tickets, you do not want to leave early.
I see where Nick Saban is going with this.
Yes.
He doesn't want people in the stands for the playoffs if they weren't loyal through the whole season, even on the easy games.
That's true. And that's what it's all about. Just because they're SEC games or, you want to go to the game. But
now, meanwhile, at Neyland Stadium, they take these high-def, high-resolution pictures of the Checkerboard Neyland. I don't know where they put the camera, but you can go zoom in to such a degree that you can recognize your face and tag yourself.
That's those gigabit cameras.
That's what that's about.
Gigabit cameras.
Oh, you would know.
Yes.
All right. Well, cool. There's some preview for all you Bama fans out there. Do not leave the game early.
Don't do it.
Big Brother is watching. You're watching Morning in the Mountains on the Mountain Fun Live channel. Frank Murphy here with Jim Johnson. We'll be back with more coming right up. Well, we made it through an entire Thursday program, and I never said Happy Friday Eve.
Until now.
And Happy Friday Eve.
But I'm saving that for tomorrow when I get to do my It's Friday, so we'll hang on. Thank you so much for watching us on YouTube, Roku, and Facebook. Please do like and share our program, Morning in the Mountains, because we're proud of it, and we think that your friends would like it as well. And I'm Frank Murphy here with Brad Lovett, Jim Johnson, and Robert Owenby. We'll be back again tomorrow. Same mountain time, same mountain channel.